sophomore. In the other quarter, number 40, Mark Lancaster, 6'3" and a senior. Now in backcourt, number 10, Steve Fales, 5'11", he's a senior. And his running mate in backcourt, Dan Dangler, number 14. And Dan is 5'7", he's a junior, and Gus Folsom, the coach. Now we'll get the introduction for the Panthers from Rumford High. All right. In one quarter, 6'3" senior Joe Zyko. In the other quarter, 6'4" sophomore Doug Robertson, number 42. In the post at 6'5" and a senior, the big redhead, Ray McKenna, wearing number 50. Now in backcourt, number 32, Vital Trophy winner in Western Maine, 6'1" senior Jim Mooney. He'll wear 32. And also in backcourt, number 20 will be Stan Cobras, another 6'1" senior. And they are coached by John Shaw. And right now, we're going to get the playing of our national anthem. A fine crowd has turned out here despite all our inclement weather and the problems that people have had getting to the Civic Center. As we say, a little bit of a delay in the start of the game, but right now, people are being asked to stand, and very shortly, we're going to get the playing of our national anthem.
Everyone join in singing our national anthem. The Stars band go back.
Okay, the Rumford Band, the playing of our national anthem. We're set for basketball action tonight. Ray McKenna will jump it up with Dorian. Our two officials move out. Mike Dorenzo, representing Western Maine, and Carl Merrill from Eastern Maine. And it'll be Mike Dorenzo to toss it up between them to get it underway. It'll be Lancaster to jump it up, not Dorian. Lancaster at 6'3", McKenna at 6'5", tip control by the Panthers. Rumford in control. Cobras up in the forecourt. Lobs a pass at the high post. They go to Roberts for the jump shot. It's no good, but we've got the whistle. A foul going to be called, I think, on Duty, rather. Kevin Duty, 6'2" sophomore, number 44, picks up the first person for the ball game. Another sophomore, 6'4" sophomore Doug Roberts will be at the line for the Panthers. We're just underway, 7 seconds into this ball game. The shot by Roberts is no good. He'll get one more. All right, Jim Mooney moves in to try and calm the sophomore down a little bit. Roberts ready. The shot is up and no good. And the rebound comes out deep. It's going to be controlled by Ray McKenna. Rumford. Cross court is passed down to Cobras. Baseline jumper from the right is good. Stan Cobras, an excellent shooter, hits the first 2 quarters of the ball game. Rumford leads it 2-0. Up in the forecourt now, this is Dangler. Dangler top of the circle. Cross court to the right, he comes to Duty. Duty takes the jump shot from right of the lane. No good. Rebound out deep, control by Cobras. All right, Rumford on the attack. In forecourt, here comes Cobras. A jumper right of the lane is no good, but another whistle. Foul going to be called this time on Fales. Steve Fales will pick up his first personal, second team foul on the Bulldogs, and at the line to shoot a couple will be 6'1" senior Stan Cobras. This young man, an excellent shooter and ball handler. The shot up, and it is no good. He'll get one more. Cobras, a senior. The shot up. It is good. To Rumford. Hits their first at the free throw line. They're 1 for 3 at the line, and they lead it 3-0 as Dan Dangler brings it up in the forecourt. Comes top of the circle, goes left corner now. Back it comes to Dangler. He looks for Lancaster. Lancaster at the free throw line. Starts to make a move. It's taken away by Cobras. A whistle, a foul going to be called on Stan Cobras. So Cobras will pick up his first personal, first team foul on the Panthers. Remember, one-shot situations in schoolboy basketball, you have 4 of them before you shoot them. It means possession. Over the limit of 4, and you go in a 1-and-1 situation. All right, on the left side now, Lancaster with room for the jumper. It is no good. It bounds high in the air, over the boards, off the support. It'll be Rumford ball. Panthers leading at 3-0. We're about a minute into this ball game here at the Civic Center. Stan Cobras will bring it in forecourt now for the Panthers. Comes left side to Joe Zyko. Zyko holding it in a high post to McKenna. He turns. He's in the lane. He fakes. There's the jumper. It's on the boards. No good. Rebound back up and in by Doug Roberts. Doug Roberts, number 42, the sophomore, banging the offensive board, makes it a 5-0 ball game. Rumford in forecourt. This is Dan Dangler. Bounce pass along the end line. They go to Dorian. Back it comes to Dangler. Dangler, top of the key. This is Duty. The jumper is good. Kevin Duty hits the first 2-quarter of the night for the Bulldogs. 5-2 ball game. Rumford leading it as Cobras brings it in forecourt now for the Panthers. Has the pick, goes around it, still coming. Baseline jumper from the left, partially blocked. Rebound, kick loose. They scramble for it. It's knocked out of bounds, and it will be Bulldog ball. Fails and Dangler in backcourt will bring it out for the Bulldogs. They trail by 3, 5-2 in the early going of this one. State championship action with the Augusta Civic Center. Top of the circle, the one-hander by Fails is no good. Out deep in the rebound. Control by the Bulldogs. Jumper by Dorian is good. Jim Dorian hits the jumper from right of the lane. We got a 5-4 ball game as Stan Cobras now will bring it in forecourt. Comes top of the circle, has the pick, goes around it, goes baseline, jumper from the right. No good. Rebound control by Mark Lancaster, the Bulldogs. He leaves for Fails. Fails up and up the far side, brings it in forecourt, goes between his legs on a dribble, comes around a double pick, still coming on a dribble and stops. Out it comes to Dangler. Dangler outside deep on the right. Bounce pass into Dorian. A turnaround is blocked by Roberts, taken away by Doug Roberts. Good defensive play by the sophomore. Rumford ball as Zyko's in forecourt. Right of the lane, jump pass underneath to McKenna. Goes baseline, jumper from the left. Good. 7-4, Rumford leading at 5.5 remaining here in the opening period as Dan Dangler brings it in forecourt now for the Bulldogs. Top of the circle, stops with it. Behind him, release. Fails on a drive. Puts up the jumper. It's short. Rebound, Dorian back up, blocked by Zyko. Rebound comes out deep. Fails controls. Bulldogs still in control. Right side now to Doyon. There's the jumper from the right. It's good again. Another sophomore, Kevin Duty. Hits again from almost the same spot. It's 7-6. Rumford with the lead. Panthers with the basketball. Cobras top of the circle. Goes right side to Jim Mooney. Mooney now holding it. In it goes to McKenna, a wide post. Bottle up comes holding it. Still holding it. Leaves now for Cobras. Baseline. Jumps it back to McKenna on a drive. Shot blocked. Nicely Lancaster. Rebound. Zyko put back up. No good. And control now by Fails. So it'll be Bulldog ball. They trail by 1. Duty with it in the right corner. Comes back with it now. Has room, takes the jump shot. It's good again. Well, they left Kevin Duty all alone in the right corner. He crept along the baseline and hit the jumper, and we're going to get a timeout. Timeout with the score. Lawrence 8, Rumford 7. All right, back at the Civic Center. The Bulldogs have taken their first lead of the ball game. 8-7, 4:35 remaining opening period. And Kevin Duty, the sophomore, has hit 3 jumpers here, has 6 of the points. In forecourt now come the Panthers. This is Zyko with a high post to McKenna. McKenna turns, comes top of the key. This is Cobras. A jump shot is no good. Rebound McKenna, fakes, goes back up. A foul. Foul going to be called on Mark Lancaster. For Mark, that's his first. That'll be the 3rd team foul on the Bulldogs here in this first half. At the free throw line, 6'5" senior Ray McKenna will shoot a couple. Panthers trailing at 8-7. Western Maine champs and unbeaten on the season, a 21-0 record. All right, McKenna ready. The shot is up, and it's no good. They're 1 for 4 at the free throw line. Well, Rumford, usually a good shooting basketball team, is 1 for 4 at the line, and McKenna will get 1 more. He can tie it up, and it's no good. The rebound out deep, controlled by Dorian. All right, Dorian leaves now for Dangler. Dangler brings it up in the forecourt on the far side. Comes top of the circle, leaves there for Fails. Takes a long jumper, no good. Rebound grabbed away by Fails, knocked loose, but controlled by Duty. Duty goes foul line, takes the jump shot. Good! Kevin Duty, the sophomore, hits again. And the Bulldogs are in front, 10-7, and Duty has 8 points. All right, in forecourt now, Cobras. Comes to Zyko. Zyko has the pick, goes around it, still coming, goes right side, jumps the pass into Mooney for a turnaround. It's blocked and knocked loose along the end line, out of bounds. It'll be Rumford ball. Good defensive play in there by Dorian. Along the end line, Joe Zyko will inbounds for the Panthers now. They trail by 3, 10-7, about 3:50 left to play opening period. Zyko's pass into McKenna, baseline on the right, turns and takes the jumper. Good. Ray McKenna now draws the Panthers to within one. Steve Fales brings it in forecourt for the Bulldogs. Still coming on the left side. Wants to drive. The shot is blocked from the left side. A loose ball. Fales puts it back up from the baseline. It's no good. Rebound controlled by McKenna. Knocked loose. Grabbed by Zyko. On a dribble now. He splits a couple of them. Up in the forecourt he comes and bats it loose as he tried to control it and couldn't. Knocked it out of bounds. So it'll be Bulldog ball as Zyko turns it over. Fales and Dangler in backcourt for the Bulldogs, and Fales will bring it up into forecourt. Coming up the left side. Comes still with it to the corner. He'll take the one-hander for the corner. It's no good. The rebound to the sideline, and making the save was Duty, but no. We get a whistle. He stepped out of bounds. It'll be Rumford ball. Cobras will inbounds to Moody and get the return pass. Stan brings it in forecourt now for the Western Maine champs. Coming left side, coming baseline. Fakes, doesn't take the shot. Back out he comes to Roberts. Roberts is in the lane. The running one-hander is good. But a whistle. The basket counts, and a foul was called. The foul is on Kevin Duty. Good move by one sophomore, put out another one. So Roberts puts Rumford back in front of the ball game now, 11-10, and he'll be at the line and a chance for the three-pointer. Second personal foul on Duty, 14 foul on the Bulldogs. Shot by Roberts is no good, and they are 1 for 5 at the free throw line. Up in the forecourt now. This is Fales. Fales right on the lane. Fales cross court to the left, goes to Duty. Duty with McKenna on him. Forces a pass through to Lancaster. The jumper is up and in. Mark Lancaster hitting his first two-pointer of the evening. And he puts the Bulldogs back in front now, 12-11. About 2:40 left to play opening period. Cobras has the pick. He'll take the jumper from the right side. It's no good. McKenna rebound up, no good. Rebound tipped up, no good by Zyko. Joe Zyko tipped it in. And Rumford's back in front, 13-12. All right, Fales pass to the forecourt on the left side. Lancaster will take the jumper. It is no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound grabbed away by Roberts. Out to Mooney quickly. Mooney coming up in the forecourt on the right side. Wants to go on. Dangler can't. In it goes to McKenna. McKenna deep for the jump shot. No good. Rebound tip, no good. Rebound McKenna, no good. Rebound McKenna as they bangle on the offensive board. Great moves on there, but they kick it out of bounds. You can see how this Rumford team keeps it alive on an offensive board. But they turn it over this time as it's kicked out of bounds by McKenna. Up in the forecourt now comes Fales. Fales has the pick, goes around it. Baseline jumper from the right side is no good. Over everything. Lancaster controlling on the boards. Comes back out top of the circle, but a foul was called on Stan Cobras. For Stan, that'll be his second personal. Only the second team foul on the Panthers here in the ballgame. 13-12, Rumford leading, and exactly 2 minutes left in the opening period. Dorian gets the inbounds pass. Now leaves for Fales. Reverses, comes back left side with it to Dangler along the baseline of Dorian. Bounce pass into Duty, knocked loose. Duty gets it back. Lancaster with it rather. Out he comes on the left out of Dangler. Dangler goes back to Lancaster from the corner. It's no good. Rebound McKenna, the battle and controls. Ray McKenna quickly out with it to Cobras. He's in forecourt, top of the circle. In the lane, on the left, he comes to Moody. Moody back to Cobras. There he's got room. The jumper's good. 15-12 as Stan Cobras hits from the top of the key. All right, we're going to take a timeout with the score. Rumford 15 and the Bulldogs 12. Scoring while we were away. Up in the forecourt now. Moody on a drive, lays it in. Good move by Jim Moody along the baseline. And Rumford now pulls in front by 5, 17-12. Only 39 seconds remaining in the opening period as Steve Fales comes in the forecourt for the Bulldogs. Goes left side, has a pick, and goes around it. We've got a whistle. Foul going to be called away from the ball on Joe Zyko. Zyko picks up his first personal, 13 foul on the Panthers. And again, it'll mean possession. The inbounds pass to Fales along the far side. Walks it on a dribble, top of the circle, has the pick, comes around it. Right of the lane, takes the jump shot. It's no good. The rebound is out deep. Cobras had a hand on it. Knocked loose and out of bounds. It'll be Rumford ball. All right, only 23 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Rumford has moved out now to a 5-point lead, 17-12. As Stan Cobras slowly brings it in forecourt as he checks the scoreboard clock. It looks like they're going to look for the last shot here in the opening period. The Zyko to Cobras. They're outside with it. Cobras top of the circle. Tricky dribbles. Comes left side. Now to Zyko in the left corner to McKenna. McKenna back to Zyko. He'll take the jump shot. It's no good, and we've got a whistle. In underneath, the foul is going to be called on Little Dangler. Dan Dangler picks up the personal, and that'll be the one that'll put him over the limit. 15 foul on the Bulldogs means at the line, Jim Moody for the Panthers will go 1-1. If he hits the first, he'll get the bonus. But the Panthers have been an ice-cold ball club at the free throw line, hitting only 1 of 5 thus far. The shot by Moody is up and in. 18-12, Rumford leading it. Late in the opening period, only 3 seconds remaining here in this opening period. All right, Moody bounces that ball. The shot is up and good. 19-12, a 7-point lead now for Rumford. Fails pass, inbounds, deflected by Moody out of bounds as he has to hop over the press table. And it deflected, they say, off of duty. So it'll be Rumford ball. Inbounds to Zyko. A jumper from the left side is no good at the buzzer. All right, at the end of the first period, the score, Rumford 19, Lawrence 12. All right, back here at the Civic Center, we're set for second period action. Mark Lancaster, number 40, Ray McKenna, number 50, to jump it up to get it underway. 19-12 ball game, Rumford leading. Get the tip control by the Bulldogs this time as a new face in the lineup now, number 22, Rick Grover in there, 6'1" sophomore. Dorian is along the sidelines. Dangler jumps the pass into Lancaster for the jumper that's good. Mark Lancaster hits to make it 19-14. Now Rumford leading it by 5. In the forecourt, Stan Cobras for the Panthers. They have made no changes. Most of the time, John Shaw goes pretty much with the 5 that are out there now. Roberts has it knocked loose. He gets it back, turns, comes from the left side. No good. The rebound is pulled away by Mark Lancaster. Bulldog ball up in the forecourt. Now will come Dan Dangler. Top of the circle with it. Comes right side to Fales. Fales trying to go on Zyko. Comes baseline. In it goes to Lancaster, but through his hands and out of bounds. It'll be Rumford ball. Bulldogs turn it over here. We're less than a minute into the second period. 19-14 ball game. Rumford leading it by 5, unbeaten, 21-0 on the season. High post, Zyko, left side, now they come to Mooney. Mooney trying to work on Dangler, can't, comes back to Zyko on the right to Cobras with room for the one-hander, it's good. Stan Cobras with that fine shooting touch, puts Rumford back in front by 7, now 21-14. Dangler brings it in forecourt, bounce pass left side, Lancaster with room, jumper is no good, rebound control by Zyko. Fakes the outlet pass, comes out instead to Cobras, he's in forecourt, comes top of the circle, jumps the pass right side to Mooney, goes on the baseline, gets in deep, lays it in. Check it, not 32, 42, Doug Roberts it was. So Roberts puts Rumford in front now by 9, 23-14. In it goes to Lancaster. A turnaround is up and good. Mark Lancaster hitting from the lane. 23-16. Lawrence trailing it by 7 with about 6.5 left in the first half. In forecourt, Cobras in a high post. He comes to Zyko into McKenna in deep. A turnaround from the lane is on the front rim. No good. Rebound grabbed away by Fales. Steve Fales with it. Relief for Dangler, and Dangler will bring it up into forecourt. Bulldogs trailing by 7. And it goes to Lancaster again, knocked loose. Loose ball. They come away with it as Stan Cobras. He's in forecourt, jumps the pass underneath to Zyko. He lays it up and no good. Rebound controlled by Lancaster. To Dangler. Dangler brings it across. He's in forecourt. He's top of the circle. He goes, Fales, looks right, doesn't go with it. Comes back to Dangler at the top to Fales again. Bounce pass down to Lancaster. Takes the jumper from the right side. It's no good. Rebound controlled by Mooney. Jim Mooney getting great position. Gets pass out now to Cobras. He's in forecourt. Fakes, goes back to Mooney. He's in the lane. Comes left side with it to Roberts. A baseline jumper is good. Doug Roberts, outstanding sophomore, puts Rumford in front now 25-16. And we're going to get a timeout. So, timeout with the score. Rumford 25, Lawrence 16. Back here at the Civic Center, we've got 5 minutes, 34 seconds remaining to play in the second period. Rumford, a 9-point lead, 25-16. Bulldogs with the basketball in backcourt. Number 10 is Steve Fales. Fales has been shut out pretty effectively by the Rumford defense. He had 29 points in their Eastern Maine title win over Bangor. Dangler 14. On the left they come to Lancaster, and it goes to Grover for the hook. It is no good but a whistle. A foul going to be called on Ray McKenna. That'll put Grover, a 6'1" sophomore, big strong youngster, a 211-pounder at the line. He'll be shooting a couple. For McKenna, that's his first personal. And it's the 4th team foul on the Panthers, so one more and they're over the limit in one-shot situation. The shot is no good by Grover. He'll get one more. All right, Grover bounces that ball a couple of times. He's ready. The shot up and good. 25-17. Rumford leading. And Panthers with the basketball. Number 20 is Cobras. He's in forecourt. And a high post is Zyko. He goes off Zyko, goes right side with it and stops on his dribble. Cross court to the left to Mooney. Mooney goes baseline to Doug Roberts. Roberts comes back with it to Zyko. He's in the lane. Jumps the pass right now to Cobras for the jump shot. No good. Rebound. McKenna had it knocked loose. McKenna gets it back. He's at the foul line. A steal. Lancaster comes away with it. A foul going to be called on McKenna. Ray McKenna picks up his second personal foul, and now we are in a 1-on-1 situation on both ends of the floor. So that'll put Mark Lancaster at the line, and he'll be shooting 1-and-1. We got 5 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the second period. Lancaster, as we mentioned before, the pregame show, had a sensational season and an outstanding Eastern Maine tournament. He had 24 points in their win over Presque Isle. He had 35 in a semifinal win, had 17 in the final against Bangor. And he hits the first. In a 1-on-1 situation, he'll get the bonus. 25-18. Rumford leading it. 5 minutes, 3 seconds left to play, second period. The shot up, and it's no good. The rebound out deep, and Duty will control. Out it comes to Lancaster, left of the lane. The jump shot is good. All right, Lancaster hits again, and it's a 25-20 ball game. Now as the Bulldogs narrow the gap to 5. Panther basketball and four-court Cobras. Left side, he comes to Moody. Moody holding it, left of the lane. In a high post to Zyko. Zyko goes to McKenna. Wide post, goes fakes, goes baseline shot, blocked. Rebound is controlled by Grover. The foul is going to be called on Kevin Duty. So the sophomore will pick up, it looks like, his third personal foul with 4:40 left to play in the second period. And Gus Folsom, I think, will have to go to his bench here. At the line, Joe Zyko will go 1-1. The shot is up and no good again. Rebound tipped up and in by Doug Roberts. All right, the sophomore having a great evening. Puts Rumford back in front by 7 now, 27-20 as Rumford has gone to the press. Out of the forecourt now, Duty with a jumper from right of the lane. Pulled away by Zyko to McKenna. McKenna goes cross-court with it to Cobras. He's in 4. Goal by Cobras. He comes left with it. Cross-court on the right. He goes back to Zyko with room. Instead to Roberts, and he'll lay it in. Nice pass from Joe Zyko to Doug Roberts, and Roberts lays it in to make it 29-20. Rumford with the lead. Dangler tosses it out of bounds. But they say it was touched by Rumford as they put the press on and almost turned it over. Dangler will inbounds about at midcourt as the fine sophomore Duty has to be replaced as Ellis is into the ball game. Dana Ellis in. It goes to Grover. His hook is no good, and the rebound is controlled by Grover. All right, back to Lancaster. A jumper from the free throw line is no good. The rebound is knocked out of bounds by Ellis. It'll be Rumford ball. 29-20 ball game. Rumford leading it with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the first half as Cobras brings it in forecourt for the Panthers. Comes to the left corner to Mooney for the jump shot. It is no good. Rebound tipped up and in by Roberts. It will not count. They're going to call a foul on Roberts as he moved in to crash the offensive board. The sophomore picks up his first personal. 16 foul on the Panthers, and that'll put Ellis at the line. Ellis in there as Duty has picked up 3 personals. Dana Ellis, he's 6'2", and he's a junior. He'll be shooting 1-1. We've got 3:38 remaining here in the first half. Rumford leading it by 9, 29-20 as Ellis gets set for the 1-1. The shot is no good. McKenna controlling on the boards. Outlet pass now to Cobras. Cobras up in the forecourt. Going left of the lane. He'll take the jumper. Blocked nicely out of bounds by Fales, but they say he caught him. No, that was a good block. No, I was right the first time. They looked like they were going to inbounds it, but they say no. The foul is on Steve Fales, his second, and that'll put Cobras at the line to shoot a couple. Stan, a 6'1" senior and a veteran of this ball club. He was in this state championship game last year. He misses at the line. It remains 29-20, and he'll get one more. The shot is up and in. 30-20, biggest lead of the ball game. Now Rumford, a 10-point bulge. Dangler in backcourt out of Grover, helping out against the press up in the forecourt as they beat the press to Lancaster. To Ellis to Grover. Grover comes back outside with a Dangler baseline to Ellis for the jump shot. It's no good. The rebound deflects out to Ellis, knocked loose, and a foul is called underneath on Cobras. And that is going to be 3, I think, on Stan Cobras. Right. Stan picks up his 3rd personal foul, and that'll mean John Shaw will have to go to his bench now as Steve Pepin, a 5'11" junior, 190-pounder, big, strong youngster. He'll be wearing number 54, comes into the ball game for the Panthers. At the line, Grover to shoot 1-1. His team trailing by 10. All right, the shot is up, and it's no good. Both clubs having problems at the free throw line as Doug Roberts controls on the board for the Panthers, and Zyko brings it in forecourt. Joe Zyko walks it into forecourt now, comes right side, lobs it into Roberts. He gets in deep and lays it up, and no good but a whistle. A foul going to be called, I think. It might be on Lancaster. It is. Mark Lancaster will pick up his 2nd personal. That'll put the sophomore Doug Roberts, who's having a great evening, at the line to shoot a couple. 3 minutes, 7 seconds remaining to play in the first half. Rumford leading it by 10. The Panthers looking for their first state championship since 1935. All right. Roberts ready, the shot up and no good. And the cold free throw line shooting continues at both ends. All right, Doug Roberts will get one more. He's ready, the shot up, and it is no good. Rebound grabbed away by McKenna. McKenna turns, jumps the pass. I think it was intended to be a pass to Roberts, but it banged off the hoop, and it's controlled by the Bulldogs. All right, Fales in forecourt, right side with a jump shot. Good. Steve Fales hits his first two-pointer of the night. 30-22. Rumford leading it by 8 as the Panthers. Jim Moody brings it in forecourt. In a high post to Zyko. He leaves for Moody. Moody coming right side. A jumper banked on the boards and in. Jim Moody hits, and again, it's a 10-point spread now. Rumford leading at 32-22. All right, in forecourt now is Fales as they trap him, put the press on. His pass is deflected in the backcourt. Dangler is going to lose it to Pepin on the right side to Moody. He lays it up and in. All right, the press effective that time. As Dangler turned it over, Pepin came away, hit Moody. Moody laid it in to make it 34-22. But Gus Folsom is up. He wants a timeout. Timeout with the score. Rumford 34 and Lawrence 22. All right, back here at the Civic Center, we've got 2:21 remaining to play in the first half, and Rumford right now is out to their biggest lead, a 12-point bulge, 34-22. And we've had a hot hand by young Kevin Duty, the sophomore for the Bulldogs in the opening period, but Duty had to go to the sidelines as he picked up 3 personals. Also along the sidelines for Rumford is their fine backcourt performer, Stan Cobras. He is also in foul trouble, picking up 3 here in the first half. Dan Dangler brings it in forecourt now. Comes top of the circle, goes across, bounce pass to Ellis. Ellis outside deep on the right. He'll take the jumper from there. It's good. Dana Ellis hits to make it 34-24. Lawrence trailing it by 10 as Jim Moody brings it in forecourt. High post to Zyko on the left to Pepin. Pepin, top of the key again. Zyko in the right corner. This is Moody. The jumper is good. Jim Moody. And it's 36-24. Rumford again leading by 12. Dangler in forecourt. Top of the circle. Stops on the dribble. On the left he goes to Lancaster. Batted loose but controlled by Fales. Fales being closely guarded. Out it comes to Ellis. His shot is deflected by Roberts. A rebound grab on McKenna. Tied up. We got a whistle. A foul from behind. Grover reaching in. Will pick up the personal. And that'll put Ray McKenna at the line to go 1-1. Only a minute 39 remaining to play here in this second period. Rumford with a 12-point lead and McKenna at the line. But Rumford has been ice cold at that free throw line. Dick Johnson should have some interesting figures there at halftime. All right, McKenna, 6'5" senior, puts it up and good. He'll get the bonus. 37-24. Rumford trying to put it away early. All right. The shot by McKenna. Good. 38-24. A 14-point lead now for the Panthers. As up in the forecourt comes Dangler. Left of the circle. Goes left corner now to Ellis. Ellis back to Dangler on the left side along the sideline. On a dribble trying to work on Moody. Can't. Back out he comes to Fales. Fales closely guarded by Pepin. Fales coming from left to right. Has a pick. Reverses. Has Pepin on him. All over him. Can't find any daylight. Comes back out to Dangler. In he goes to Grover. Grover trying to force his way in. Shot blocked by McKenna. Rebound Pepin. Quickly up in the forecourt. He overthrew Mooney. Mooney will make the save along the end line. And he didn't make the save as McKenna flies almost out of here. He stepped on the press table and almost went to the third row across the way, but he's all set. Moody's inbound savings pass actually came down out of bounds along the far sideline. So it'll be Bulldog ball with 1:05 left in the half. All right, Fales with it in forecourt, top of the circle. On the left he goes to Dangler. They look for Lancaster most of the time, but he's been controlled pretty much here in this first half. Ellis with it right in the lane, and he traveled. So they turn it over with 55 seconds remaining in the period. It'll be Rumford ball. And Pepin will inbounds. Pepin had a great game in the Western Maine title game coming off the bench to play well against Westbrook. Now Jim Mooney just walks it across midcourt. On the left side to Pepin. Pepin comes left of the lane, comes back to Zyko, top of the circle, back to Pepin. Pepin to Zyko on the top. Cross court on the right, they go to McKenna. McKenna now to Roberts in a high post. He'll take the jump shot. It's no good. Pepin tips no good, and the rebound is controlled by the Bulldogs. Steve Fales with it. All right, Fales on a dribble with exactly 30 seconds left in the half. Brings it across. Coming right side with it. Has a pick. Goes around it. Doesn't take the shot. Back to Dangler. Jumps past into Lancaster. He fakes. He gets the shot blocked from behind by Zyko and a foul on Zyko. Joe Zyko will pick up the personal, his second. And at the line to shoot a couple will be Mark Lancaster. Only 22 seconds remaining here in this first half. Pretty much controlled by Rumford. They lead at 38-24. Lancaster, a 6'3" senior, puts the first one up and in. He'll get one more. 38-25. Bulldogs from Lawrence High of Fairfield trailing. Lancaster second one up and in. 38-26. Rumford, a 12-point lead as the Bulldogs put pressure on all the way from end to end. Mooney has it deflected and stolen away by Grover. It fails. He'll take the jump shot. It's no good. Rebound controlled by Steph Pepin. Up in the forecourt now to Roberts. He drives. He lays it in. Up and in. 40-26. Only 4 seconds remaining. Up in the forecourt, fails with it. Still coming. Takes a jumper from the right. It's no good. And that is it. The end of the second period. And the score at the end of the second period is Rumford 40 and Lawrence 26. Up in the forecourt now come the Panthers. Cobra's back in, playing with 3 personals, remember. In it goes to McKenna. Baseline jumper from the left side is good. 42-26. First 2-pointer of the second half hit by Ray McKenna. All right, Steve Fales will bring it in forecourt now for the Bulldogs. They trail by 16. Baseline, he comes now to Duty, back in there also, playing with 3 personals. Cross court to the right. This is Dorian back in the ball game. Duty will take the one-hander from the corner. It is no good as it rims the hoop. It's deflected out of bounds with rebounding action off Lancaster. And Zyko will inbounds for the Panthers. Up in the forecourt, the pass comes to Mooney. Mooney baseline jumps the pass into Roberts. Robertson deep, lays it in. Doug Roberts continues the hot hand here in the third period. Rumford now trying to put it away. 44-26, an 18-point lead. Up in the forecourt now, this is Fales with it to Dangler, top of the circle. Dangler on a dribble, goes right. Still coming, throws it up on the right side. It's no good. The rebound is controlled by Dorian, knocked loose. Lancaster has it. A turnaround is put up and in. Mark Lancaster hits to make it 44-28. Rumford with that big lead. In forecourt, this is Joe Zyko. Cross court on the right to Doug Roberts. The jumper from right of the lane is good. 46-28 again. An 18-point lead for the Panthers. All right, at midcourt now, Fales. Fales up in the forecourt, top of the circle. He'll take the one-hander. It is no good. The rebound is out deep to Cobras. Cobras on a dribble. He's at midcourt. He's in forecourt. He's in the lane. He'll take the running one-hander. It's no good. The rebound tipped back up. No good. And the rebound is controlled by Duty. Duty now lead for Dangler. Dangler on a dribble will bring it across. Comes top of the circle and stops on the dribble. Bounce pass goes in now to Lancaster for the shot that's no good, but he's fouled. Foul on Joe Zyko, and for Joe, that'll be his 3rd personal. And the first team foul here in the second half on either club. But Lancaster, 6'3" senior, as we say, has had a sensational career with the Bulldogs from Lawrence High. He'll be shooting a couple. The shot up and good. 46-29. Bulldogs trailing. Less than 2 minutes gone by here in the third period. The shot by Lancaster is good, 46-30. Rumford with that big lead. Rumford with the basketball now as Cobras is double-teamed in forecourt. He gets the pass to McKenna, comes right back to Cobras. Stand top of the circle on the dribble, still on the dribble. Has a pick, comes around it, comes right side, comes baseline, gets in deep. Out it comes to McKenna. McKenna trying to make a move, and a foul is going to be called. Nope, steps are called on McKenna. So Rumford turns it over now, and Fales will bring it in forecourt for the Bulldogs. All right, jumper by Dorian is good. Jim Dorian hits his first 2-pointer of the ball game, and it's 46-32. All right, up in the forecourt now comes Cobras. Cobras with it at the left side. Out he comes to McKenna, a wide post, jumps a pass into Mooney. A turnaround is put up and in. Jim Mooney hits for the Panthers, and again, they have that 16-point lead, 48-32. In forecourt now, Fales on the far side, top of the circle. He comes to Dangler. Dangler fakes, looking for Lancaster, slides left side with it. He'll take the jumper from the left. It's good. Dan Dangler hitting to make it 48-34. Rumford with that big lead. They led by 14 at halftime. As Dan Cobra skips up in the forecourt on the far side. You got Fales on him defensively. Looks for the pick. Doesn't get it. Still with Fales and a whistle. Timeout going to be called now by John Shaw. So timeout with Lawrence, 34. Back here at the Civic Center, we've got 4:58 remaining in the third period. A 48-34 ball game. Rumford and White leading it, and they have the basketball. Stan Cobras is in the lane. He'll take the jump shot. It's no good. Rebound Robertson tied up. Robertson Lancaster will jump it up. Roberts, a 6'4" sophomore, number 42 in white for the Panthers, and Lancaster, a 6'3" senior. 48-34 Rumford. As Mike Dorenzo tosses it between them, the tip is controlled by Lancaster. All right, Dangler will bring it up in the forecourt. The left corner, intended for Fails, through his fingertips and out of bounds. They turn it over. Panthers ball. Bulldogs go to the press. The inbounds pass to Zyko, back to help out to Moody. Moody jumps past to Cobras up in the forecourt. Cobras top of the circle. Cobras foul line on the right to Zyko. Underneath it goes to Roberts. He turns, shot blocked from behind. Rebound deflected, grabbed by McKenna, put back up and no good on the boards. The rebound loose. They scramble for it. Dorian comes away with it for the Bulldogs. All right, he'll leave to Dangler. Dangler brings it up. He's in forecourt. The right side to Fails. Fails trying to go on Cobras. Goes baseline, and we've got a whistle. On the way through, a foul is going to be called on Cobras, and for Stan, that's his 4th personal foul. It looks like John Shaw will go back to Pepin now. And Cobras will go to the sideline. All right. Pepin back into the ball game. The inbounds pass is going to be grabbed by Lancaster, and he is fouled by Mooney. Jim Mooney will pick up the personal, and for Mooney, that's only his 1st. That's the 3rd team foul. Check that. For Mooney, that's his 2nd personal. All right. Fails top of the circle, coming left side. On the dribble now, stops. He'll take the jump shot. Good. 48-36. As Steve Fails hits the jump shot. All right, McKenna in forecourt on the left. Donis is Pepin with it. He fakes, doesn't take the shot. Out it comes to Moody. Moody with Dangler right up defensively, spreading people around. Moody running the attack. Coming right side and did not make an offensive move within the 5 seconds. And they'll jump it up. You have to make some kind of an offensive move in 5 seconds. You just can't stand around with that basketball. So they'll jump it up at midcourt. Dangler only at 5'7". Moody listed at 6'1". Only 3:54 remaining in the 3rd period. 48-36. Moody control, but it's going to be grabbed away by Dorian. So Bulldogs control. Dangler with it in backcourt. Will bring it across. Top of the circle. Right of the circle. Stops. Goes back to Dorian. High post. Cross court to the right. This is Fails. Fails goes to foul line for the jump shot. That's no good. The rebound is out. Grabbed by Duty. Put back up for the jump shot. No good. Rebound controlled by Duty. He's baseline. Trying to go on the baseline of a foul. Is called on Duty. An offensive foul. And that is 4 on Kevin Duty. So now 2 key men. 1 on each side of the floor with 4 fouls. And Duty's going to remain in the ball game, I think. The inbounds pass now to Mooney. Mooney in backcourt goes back to Zyko with the pressure. Zyko on a dribble up in the forecourt. A long pass intended for Pepin is thrown away. Overthrown, and the Panthers turn it over against the press. It'll be Lawrence ball. 48-36, they trail. Up in the forecourt now comes Fails. With Moody on him on a collision, no call. Fails a one-hander. It is no good. McKenna with a rebound, knocked loose. Dorian trying to control. We got a tie-up. Roberts and Dorian will jump it up. 3:14 remaining, 3rd period. Rumford leading at 48-36. They led by 14 at halftime. All right, the tip is controlled by Dorian. Back to Fails. Jumper is no good. Off the front iron. Rebound deflects, grabbed away by McKenna. His pass out to Moody. Moody in heavy traffic, brings it across, and he was fouled. Jim Moody is fouled by Jim Dorian. For Dorian, his 1st personal, only his 2nd team foul on the Bulldogs here in the 2nd half. 3:06 remaining. Remember, again, we go to the 1-shot routine where you're allowed 4. Still maintaining possession, then we go to 1-1 after that. In it goes to Zyko with a hook. It's good. Joe Zyko with the hook with the right hand. It's 50-36, his 1st bucket in the ball game. All right, in forecourt now. Bounce pass into Dorian. Trying to go on McKenna. And it's knocked out of bounds. Foul going to be called on McKenna. Ray McKenna picks up his 3rd personal foul. 2:50 remaining here in the 3rd period. Dorian will be at the line. He'll be shooting a couple. 4th team foul on the Panthers. So in 1-shot situations, the remainder of this ball game, the Bulldogs will go 1-1 from here on in. But right now, this is a 2-shot foul. It's up and no good. Dorian will get 1 more. Jim, 6'3", a senior, only 143 pounds. He's ready. The shot up and no good. Rebound control by Pepin. All right, Pepin now to McKenna in backcourt. Zyko. Pressure being put on by the Bulldogs. Zyko looks for help back there. Hooks the pass. It's going to be stolen away. Dangler to Moody on the left side. Fails with a jumper. It's good. 50-38. Again, the lead is cut to 12. All right, Moody in back court. Goes to Pepin. Pepin brings it across. He's in forecourt. Now stops on the dribble. Goes left corner to McKenna. McKenna on the cut to Mooney. He's in deep. He fakes. He puts it up from the left. No good, but he's fouled by Dorian. Jim Dorian will pick up the personal. Stan Cobras is coming back into this ball game with 4 personals on him, and Joe Zeichel will go to the sidelines. For Dorian, that's only his 2nd personal. Mooney will be out the line. He'll be shooting a couple, so we've got 2 men out there right now. Stan Cobras for Rumford and Kevin Duty for the Bulldogs, playing with 4 personals. 50-38 ball game. Rumford leading it by 12. Moody waiting at the line to shoot a couple. Only 2:22 remaining to play in this 3rd period. All right, Jim, set. The shot up and good. 51-38. This is Western Maine's Vinyl Trophy winner this year. Great ball game in the wind-up against Westbrook with 25 points. And Mooney set. The shot is up and good. 52-38. Rumford back in front by 14. Now Steve Fales will bring it in forecourt. On a dribble. Goes right side. Goes between the legs. Top of the circle. Dangler with it. Dangler trying to go on Pepin. Still coming on the dribble. Trying to back in. Trying to penetrate, but can't. Left side of Duty. Goes right back to Fales. Outside deep on the left. Slides about halfway, and he'll take the jumper. It's no good. The rebound is going to be controlled by McKenna. His pass deflected, but Cobras will bring it in forecourt. Under to Moody. Moody drives in deep, and a whistle. A foul going to be called on Dangler. Dan Dangler will pick up his 2nd personal. That's the 4th team foul on the Bulldogs. So both clubs now, for the rest of the way, will be in 1-on-1 situations. And right now, we'll take a timeout with a score: Rumford 52 and Lawrence 38. Okay, while we're away, they exchange baskets as Roberts hit and then Dorian hit it right now. Jim Moody comes right back to hit again, and Rumford is back in front by 16, 56-40. In forecourt, Fales. Cross corner left comes to Dangler. Baseline, Dorian for the jump shot. Good. 56-42, both clubs. Red hot right now in the shooting department. In forecourt now, Cobras coming up the right side. Lob pass into Roberts, trying to go in deep on Lancaster. A whistle, a foul underneath, and I think they're going to go on Dorian. Jim Dorian will pick up his 3rd personal. That's the 15th foul on the Bulldogs, and the basket will not count, by the way. Doug Roberts will be at the line in a 1-on-1 situation. Despite, as we say, the inclement weather, a fine crowd here at the Civic Center. Doug Roberts, 6'4", just a sophomore. And you got about bet Coach John Shaw is happy about that. Back 2 more years with this young man. What a night he's had in this one. The shot is up and in. He'll get 1 more on the bonus. 57-42. Rumford, 15-point lead. They led it by 14 at halftime. And Doug Roberts is ready. The shot up and good. 58-42 as they stretch the lead now to 16. Their biggest lead has been 18 points. Up in the forecourt, Dangler. In the high post, he goes to Dorian on the right, now to Fales. Fales looks for Lancaster. Goes to him, and a foul is called on Roberts. That's the 15th foul on the Bulldogs. 2nd foul on Roberts, so that'll put Lancaster at the line for the Bulldogs to go 1-on-1. Only 50 seconds left in this 3rd period.
At the line for number 40, Lancaster. Lancaster shooting 1-on-1.
All right, Lancaster in a 1-on-1 spot. Hits the first, he'll get the bonus. 58. 43, and he'll get 1 more. All right, he's ready. 6'3" senior puts it up and in. 58-44. Rumford leading by 14. Cobras with a press on, looks for help, and throws it away. Header for McKenna. He got a hand on it, but couldn't control. Lancaster comes away with it, and Dangler brings it in forecourt. 37 seconds left as he checks the clock. In it goes to Dorian, and Dorian makes a move, and it goes. In a collision with McKenna, but no whistle, and Dorian hits to make it 58-46. All right, baseline. This is Doug Roberts for the jump shot. It's good, 60-46. Doug Roberts continues the hot hand. Only 19 seconds left in the period. Rumford leading 60-46. Dangler left of the lane. Defensively, Cobras on him. This is Duty. Duty leaves it behind him. On the left now they come to Lancaster. Lancaster goes into Duty. He's in deep. A turnaround from the left is no good, and the rebound is controlled by Pepin of Rumford. The Cobras, as time runs out, they do not get the shot away, and that's the end of the third period. The score after 3 periods of play. Rumford 60, Lawrence 46. All right, fourth and final period about set to get underway. The tip is controlled by Rumford. The Panthers lead it 60-46. Both clubs scoring 20 points in the third period. And Rumford maintaining a 14-point lead. Doug Roberts' jump shot is no good, but he is fouled by Dorian. His third personal. Doug Roberts will be at the line to shoot 2. This sophomore is having some kind of a state championship game. He has 26 points already in this ball game. Dorian, as we say, will pick up his 4th personal. Get a good look at this young man, Doug Roberts, 6'4", only a sophomore, and how he has come along as the season has progressed. I think we had a foul line violation, and this will mean he'll lose one of the shots. The shot is up and no good. It was, because that originally was a 2-shot foul. All right, Bulldogs control as they come up in the forecourt now, and we've got some changes in there. We'll have to check them off for you. The rebound is controlled by Zyko. As for the Bulldogs, they've come in, only Dorian remains in there. In there now, Steve Davis is one of the men in there. Mooney is fouled. Steve Davis, a 5'10 junior, will be wearing number 24. Dorian is 42. He remains in there, of course. Paul Marshall, a 5'11 senior, will be wearing number 12. Fales remains in the ball game. Now Dorian will be replaced also. Check that. That's his 5th. Jim Dorian fouls out of the ball game with 7:34 remaining to play in it. And he had 10 points as he fouls out. As we say, Fales remains in the ball game. Lancaster remains in the ball game. But outside of that, we've had some changes. Bob Curtis is also in there. He's a 6'1 junior. Moody hits to make it 61-46, and Jim will have one more. All right, the shot by Moody is good. 62-46. 16-point lead is up in the forecourt now. Come the Bulldogs. This is Steve Davis, number 24. In it goes with a turnaround to Bob Curtis. So Curtis hits his first 2-pointer of the night to make it 62-48 Rumford. Moody driving the middle, puts it up and in. Good move by Jim Moody as he goes down the middle to make it 64-48. Rumford now putting it away. All right, a high post, a deflection by Pepin, a steal by Moody. Moody coming down the lane again, puts it up and in again. 66-48. All right, long pass up in the forecourt down to Lancaster. His dribble is deflected, going to be stolen away, and we've got a whistle. Traveling going to be the call against Pepin. So it'll be Bulldog ball. 6:57 remaining to play in the ball game. And we're going to get a timeout. Timeout with the score, Rumford 66 and Lawrence 48. Well, as we say, 6:57 remaining to play in this one, and Rumford now leading at 66-48. The Panthers 21-0 on the season, looking to cap off an unbeaten season here in Maine with the state championship here tonight. As the Bulldogs will inbounds now. Davis will put the ball in play, gets a return pass and comes top of the circle, goes right of the circle on the dribble. Here he comes back out to Fales for the jump shot. It's no good. Tipped up and in by either Lancaster or Curtis. Let's see who they give the credit to. It is Bob Curtis who gets credit for the basket. Up in the forecourt, they jump a pass to Moody. Moody comes right back to Cobras. 6.5 minutes remaining to play in the basketball game. Rumford out front, 66-50, and they have the basketball. Cobras jumps the pass into Moody. Moody fakes. Nice pass to Zyko. He lays it in. Good feed from Jim Moody to Joe Zyko, and Zyko makes it 68-50 Rumford. In forecourt now, this is the Bulldogs. On the left, Lancaster with a jump shot. It's good. 68-52. Keith Lancaster winding up an outstanding schoolboy career and still battling here in the late going. Cobras jumps the pass up in the forecourt to Doug Roberts. Roberts, top of the circle of McKenna. On the left, this is Zyko. The jump shot is no good. The rebound is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Marshall of the Bulldogs. It'll be Rumford ball along their own end line. Zyko will inbounds. 5:59 left to play in the state championship. And it comes to McKenna. The jumper from the left is good as he banks it in. 70-52. All right, in forecourt now. Top of the circle, Fales. Right of the circle, still coming on the dribble. Goes to the corner and stop. Out he comes now. Lancaster has it knocked loose by Mooney out near midcourt. Marshall will retrieve. Right, top of the circle. Marshall goes right side now to Davis and a whistle. Traveling is the call. So the Bulldogs again will turn it over. And it'll be Rumford ball. 5:38 left to play in the ball game. 70-52. Rumford leading it. They led by 14 at halftime. They led 19-12 after a period and then moved in front 40-26 at halftime. Zyko having some trouble in backcourt. Goes to Cobras. They beat the press. Cobras on the right now to Roberts. Drops it. Picks it up. Jump shot blocked nicely by Lancaster. Taken away by Lancaster. A whistle. And let's see what the call is here. Foul going to be called on Doug Roberts. All right, that's 3 on Roberts. And a 16 foul. Of course, Lancaster goes to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Doug Roberts and Mark Lancaster, the leading scorers in this ball game. All right, Lancaster hits now to make it 70-53. And we've got one more. Lancaster puts it up and in. 70-54. Jim Mooney, pressure on in backcourt, jumps the pass up in the forecourt out of Zyko. Zyko pulls up, goes back to Mooney, can't handle it. Through the pass behind him, dribble is deflected, knocked loose. They dive for it, pulled away now by Fales. Fales, long pass in forecourt, baseline of Marshall. To Lancaster trying to put it up, a whistle, a foul. It's good. The basket counts and the foul is on Joe Zyko. So Zyko will pick up his 4th personal. That'll put Mark Lancaster at the line now and a chance for the 3-pointer. Rumford leading at 70-56, about 5 minutes and 7 seconds remaining to play in this state championship ball game. The shot is up and no good. The rebound comes out to Mooney. Almost fell. Gets the pass away to Cobra. Stand on a dribble. Still in backcourt. Now brings it across. He comes to Mooney. Mooney comes right back to Cobras. Cobras coming right side, dribble deflected. He gets it back along the baseline. Fakes the jumper. Doesn't take it. Looks for help. Comes back out to McKenna. A wide post. McKenna's pass intended for Mooney is thrown away. Throw by Davis and the Bulldogs up in the forecourt. Now he comes to Marshall in the right corner. Intended for Lancaster. Deflected out of bounds by Zyko. And Joe will be replaced now in the Panther lineup as Pepin will come into the lineup. And John Shaw wants a timeout. Timeout with the score. Rumford 70, Lawrence 56. 4 minutes, 44 seconds remaining here at the Augusta Civic Center. Rumford leading it by 14, 70-56. Bulldogs already out on the floor waiting for John Shaw and his club to break their huddle along the sidelines. It'll be Bulldog ball in forecourt. Davis will inbounds along the far sideline. And here come the Panthers, and we're set to resume action. Dorian is fouled out of the ball game. Cobras is out there playing with 4 personals. Lancaster will take the jump shot. It's good. Keith Lancaster hits again to make it 70-58. Now as the lead is cut to 12. All right, in backcourt, bit pressure being put on McKenna. Gets the pass away to Cobras, and Cobras brings it across. He's in forecourt on the left of Mooney, and he'll lay it in as they beat the press that time. 72-58 Rumford. This is Davis bringing it in the forecourt now for the Bulldogs. It goes to Lancaster in the lane, and a foul is going to be called on Roberts, I think, before he got the shot away. Doug Roberts picks up his 4th personal foul. So at the line again will be Mark Lancaster. 4:19. A lot of time remaining to play in this ball game. Lancaster has had another big evening for the Bulldogs. The shot is good. He'll get the bonus in a 1-on-1 situation. 72-59. At one time, Rumford had an 18-point lead. Right now, they have a 12-point lead. 72-60 as Lancaster hits again. McKenna's pass now to Pepin. Pepin in forecourt to Mooney. Mooney gets in the lane. A bounce pass to Roberts. Trying to go on a baseline. Knocked loose from behind. Roberts gets it back. Out he comes to Mooney on the right side. He stumbles, but gets a pass away to Cobras. Cobras coming left side. And jumps the pass right to Pepin for the jump shot. Good. Steve Pepin hits the jumper to make it 74-60, and we got a whistle. He was fouled by Lancaster. Mark Lancaster picks up the personal, and for Mark, that's his 3rd. Pepin at the line, and a chance for the 3-pointer. His team leading by 14, 74-60. Pepin, a 5'11 junior, big strong kid though, 190-pounder. The shot is up and in, 75-60. Panthers back in front by 15. Now Steve Fales brings it in forecourt for the Bulldogs on a near side on a drive from the left. Baseline jumper from the left is good. 75-62. Cobras in backcourt, double team to Mooney, to Pepin, and they beat the press again. Pepin in forecourt, right side to Roberts, back out on the right side. Now they come to Cobras in the right corner. Mooney, in he goes to Roberts, right of the lane. A turnaround from the right is no good. The rebound comes out now to Marshall. Marshall controlling for the Bulldogs to Davis. Long pass up in the forecourt is overthrown, intended for Curtis. So the Bulldogs turn it over. And with 3.5 minutes remaining to play in the ball game, Rumford will inbounds. They lead it by 75-62. Pepin trying to inbounds, and a technical, I think, is going to be called on Fales, who reached out of bounds and picked up the personal. So that's the automatic.
Technical foul, Lawrence.
So Joe Zyko will shoot the technical. The shot is no good. And Rumford will get possession at midcourt. 3.5 minutes left to play in the ball game. Rumford leading at 75-62. They led 19-12 after a period. They led 40-26 at halftime. They maintained that 14-point lead after 3 periods. Now Zyko with a jump shot that's good. 77-62 Rumford. All right, Davis will bring it across. Comes top of the circle with it. Stops on a dribble. In it goes to Lancaster. Batted out of there by McKenna, and a foul is called on Ray McKenna. The line, Mark Lancaster waiting to go 1-1. All right, the shot up and good. Lancaster has been deadly at that line. 77-63, and he'll get one more. Bounces that ball, now is ready. Dips, he shoots. It's good. 77-64, another change for the Bulldogs. Now Mike McGee into the ball game for the first time, and he'll replace Steve Davis. McGee is just a sophomore, a 6-footer, like wearing number 20. All right, little defensive pressure being put on, but Zyko now will bring it up in the forecourt along the far side on a dribble and stops. Goes to McKenna in the left corner. McKenna back out near midcourt, now to Cobras. 3 minutes remaining to play in the ball game. This is Zyko. Goes foul line, takes the jump shot, ribs the hoop, no good. A rebound control by Lancaster. Lobs a pass up in the forecourt, out of Fales. He spins around a man. Left side for the jump shot, that is no good. Rebound, Lancaster back up, and it's good. 77-66. The lead cut to 11. All right, Cobras brings it in forecourt. Double team. He gets a pass away to Mooney about halfway in on the left side. A high post, they go to Roberts. Roberts back to Cobras now. Cross court on the left to Mooney. Outside deep on the left out near midcourt. He goes back to Cobras, and he's fouled by Fales. All right, Steve Fales will pick up his 3rd personal foul. Stan Cobras will be at the line to go 1-1. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left in this state championship ball game. Rumford looking for their first state championship win since 1935. The Bulldogs looking for their first ever. Cobra's shot is up and in. He'll get one more. 78-66. And again, it's a 12-point lead. All right, Cobras waiting at the line. 6'1" senior. The shot up and good. 79-66. The lead back up to 13. The biggest lead in the ball game was 18. Pass up in the forecourt, knocked away, but Curtis got it back. Puts the jumper up, no good. The rebound is controlled by McKenna. Pass to Cobras. Cobras is going to be fouled by Curtis as he came down on top of Stan, and Stan will go to the line to shoot 1-1. Bob Curtis will pick up his first personal foul. Curtis, number 30, is 6'1" and a junior. As Gus Folsom here in the second half, this team trailing by spreads of anywhere from 11 to 18 has gone to the bench quite often. All right, Cobras waiting now to go 1-1. 2:24 remaining in the ball game. As Stan hits the first, he'll get the bonus. That makes it 80-66. This is the wrong man to foul. If you're looking for somebody to foul in this Rumford Ball Club, definitely one of the finest shooters in the schoolboy ranks. And Stan hits a couple more to make it 81-66, and some of the fans are starting to put their coats on and heading for the exits. All right, in forecourt now, Fales. Jumps past baseline to Grover. On the left, this is Curtis. He puts it up. No good. The rebound is grabbed away by Joe Zyko. Zyko on a dribble brings it across. Hooks a pass intended for Cobras. He threw it too high. Overthrown out of bounds. And they turn it over on the other end. So it'll be Bulldog ball. We got about 2:08 left to play in this basketball game. Rumford picking up their first state championship in a long, long time. Fails. A long jumper is no good. Lancaster rebound. He's in the lane. There's the jumper, and it is no good. Rebound to the corner, controlled by Jim Mooney. He hooks the pass down to McKenna. McKenna looks for help back there. His pass up in the forecourt to Cobras, and he is nailed by McGee, and Cobras tosses the ball to McGee. So that'll put Stan back at the line again in a 1-and-1 situation. So a big crowd from Rumford has followed this ball club down here, and they're about a minute and 50 seconds from cutting loose. The shot by Stan is up and in. He'll get one more. 82-66. Rumford Panthers. Up and in is Cobras again. He's hit the last 6 straight now, and it's 83-66. All right, up in forecourt, this is McGee. He's got 7 straight, Dick tells me. All right, baseline jumper by Fales is batted out of bounds by Joe Zyko. Fales will inbounds along the end line. Only a minute 41 left to play in the ball game, and a lot of people from the Lawrence section here on this side of the court are leaving the auditorium. Again, Fales will try to inbounds. In it comes along the baseline. A turnaround by Grover is no good. Rebound is controlled by Doug Roberts. Roberts gets a pass out to Zyko, and Roberts was fouled by Lancaster. Mark Lancaster picks up the personal. That's his fault. So a lot of people out there with 4 personals now. Only a minute 34 remaining in the ball game. Doug Roberts, who had a sensational ball game, only a sophomore, back at the line, and he'll go 1-and-1. Minute 34 left to play in this one. Coach John Shaw and his Rumford High Panthers on their way to a state championship and a berth in the New Englands. The shot by Roberts no good this time. Lancaster with a rebound. Out it comes to McGee. Up in the forecourt now to Fales. It is, rather. Fales goes to Lancaster. Lancaster shovels a pass into Grover. A turnaround no good. A rebound tipped over the boards. And we get a whistle. Let's see who tipped it. Last touch by the Bulldogs. It'll be Rumford ball. Cobras with it in backcourt. Long pass up in the forecourt out of McKenna. McKenna has it taken away by Lancaster. Up in the forecourt, Fales behind the back baseline, and Grover lays it in. Nice pass from Steve Fales to Mike Grover. Grover hits to make it 83-68. And again, the press effective. A steal by Fales. He hooks the pass intended this time for Curtis, but threw it away. All right, all new faces coming back in here for Rumford. And listen to this hand now as Rumford starting unit heads towards the sidelines. Well, they turned in some kind of a basketball game. McKenna, Cobras, Mooney, Zyko, Roberts all going to the sidelines as Pepin has come back in. We'll try and check people off. This is Chazen, number 44, from behind. Has his dribble stolen away now by McGee. All right, up in the forecourt now, McGee. In the right corner, Lancaster's shot is blocked by Chazen. A foul going to be called on Seth Chazen, that is. Number 54. Also in there is another Cobras. Number 10, little sophomore, 5'9" sophomore, is John Cobras. And also in there, number 34 for the Panthers is Bob Reed, a 6'3" sophomore. He's wearing number 34, as we say. And number 40 is Bruce Cooper, a 6'4" senior. Lancaster hits the first. He'll get one more. The shot up and good. 83-70 with 51 seconds remaining. And Lancaster gets a fine hand as he comes to the sidelines. Dana Ellis coming back into the ball game. Inbounds pass now to Chazen. Chazen up in the forecourt. This is Steve Pepin. A jumper from right of the lane is good. 85-70. As we say, the Rumford crowd now coming down out of the seats, circling the court, and they're waiting to cut loose. In it goes to Grover. The foul is called. Only 36 seconds remaining. Rumford has put this one away a long time ago. They lead it 85-70. The closest that the Bulldogs were to come here in the second half was 11 points here earlier in this final period. All right, Grover to go 1-and-1. The shot is good. He'll get the bonus. Rick Grover, 6'1" sophomore, number 22. Good rebound put up by Cooper. It's good. Bruce Cooper hits. The senior just got into the ball game, and he hits to make it 87-71 as time runs out, and Rumford's got themselves a state championship, and they want that net. Ray McKenna is hanging from one, and from the bench, I think it was Cobras and Mooney come out and grab the other one. So they've emptied out here on the floor to grab the net, and the fans from Rumford have poured out here to congratulate their state championship basketball team. And what an excellent basketball team as they put this one actually out of reach, moving out to a 14-point halftime lead. As we say, the Bulldogs got as close as 11, and that's all here in the second half. All right, that's the end of the ball game. The final score is Rumford 87 and Lawrence 71. Okay, we're back here at the Civic Center, and what you see is a little bit of pandemonium as the Rumford fans, as we say, poured out here to congratulate their state championship ball game. An excellent showing by this Panther ball club now as they wind up seasonal play here in the state with a 22-0 record, and now will advance to represent the state in the New Englands next Friday up in Bangor. Great showing by especially people like Doug Roberts, the sensational sophomore, who had himself just a great evening here tonight. Some excellent ball handling and control of the ball game by the people in backcourt, Stan Cobras and Jim Mooney. And, of course, on the boards, Ray McKenna and Joe Zyko banging hearts on those boards all night long. And just a sensational performance. Individually, on the other side, of course, Mark Lancaster had some kind of an evening himself. But Lancaster in no way could do it alone against this kind of a ball club. Steve Fales, of course, who had that sensational final against Bangor, just did not have all that kind of success out here tonight as he could not hit from the outside successfully. And this Rumford club played some pretty tough defense. But as we say, it was 19-12, Rumford leading it after a period. They moved out to a 14-point lead at halftime at 40-26 and maintained just about that kind of a spread. Actually, their biggest leads in the ball game were a couple of 18-point leads in the second half. Lancaster did hit on a three-point play at one time early in the fourth period to cut the lead to 11, but that was as close as the Bulldogs were to get in the second half. Just an overpowering performance tonight by an excellent Rumford basketball team. Congratulations, of course, in order to John Shaw and his staff, and they're a fine basketball team. As they were just tremendously impressive out here tonight, as they, with the exception of once in the early going at 8-7, led almost the entire ball game. Rumford, a great performance, as we say, from their sophomore Doug Roberts especially. But right now we're getting John Shaw at the microphone down below. I don't know if we'll be able to pick it up, but perhaps we will.
Congratulate Coach John Shaw and his Panthers.
That's Gus Bolson at the microphone right now, congratulating.
Both teams have had a very successful season, and they have qualified for this great championship game.
We're trying to see if we can pick up some of this. Now we'll get
Commissioner of Education and Cultural Services, Dr. Carol McGarrett.
Dr. Carol McGarrett is being introduced right now.
Would you please stand back a little so that the boys can receive their awards? Thank you.
Thank you, Stan. It's that time of year again, and it is always a real pleasure for me to be able to make these presentations. For a team that didn't even expect at one time to be here, the Bulldogs did a great job, and I think they should be congratulated.
Right now we're getting the awards for all of the Lawrence High Ball Club. Steve Fales, Paul Marshall, Dan Dangler, Mike McGee, Rick Grover, Steve Davis, Bob Curtis, Peter Redmond, Dana Ellis, Mark Lancaster, Jim Dorian, and Kevin Dooney. And Dick, while we have an opportunity here, how about a quick rundown of the scoring statistics? Maybe we get a little detail a little bit later on, but right now, how about the scoring?
Individually here for Rumford, big night scoring 87 points. As a matter of fact, a fairly high-scoring night for both clubs, this 87-71 final. Joe Zyko didn't hit his first basket until the second half, but he came up a total of 3 baskets, 0 for 2 at that foul line, and 6 points. For Doug Roberts, the sophomore, he had a fantastic night tonight as he had 12 field goals, 2 for 9 at the line, 26 points. Ray McKenna had 4 field goals, 2 for 4 at the line, 10 points. Jim Mooney, 9 field goals, 6 for 6 at the line, 24 points. Stan Cobras, 3 field goals, 9 for 11 at the line, 15 points. Steve Pepin, a pair of field goals, 1 for 1 at the line, 5 points. And for Bruce Cooper, a field goal for 2 points. Those are the top scorers for Rumford, Frank.
Okay, guys in the state right now. So let's see if we can go down and after he's introduced and pick up his remarks.
time presenting awards to your team. Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank the SBA for running another great tournament, and I'd like to call my assistant coach Tapley out to help me with the award. Also, before we get to our individual ball players, I'd like to congratulate Lawrence High School and a great coach for the job they've done. All right, now, this is what we've been waiting for ever since Cody here last year. The manager, Mike Poirier. Mike Grant. China.
Taking it.
One of the greatest, Wayne Phillips. Brian Miller. Timmy Murphy. Bob Reed. Jack Cobras. Seth Chasm. Steve Pepper. Doug Roberts. Bruce Cooper. It's going to be kind of tough to say goodbye to these four guys. I'd like to have them come out together. Joe Zeichel, Ray McKenna, Stan Copus, and Jim Norman.
Okay, there we have the Final Four, of course, are the seniors. They've been on 2 Western Maine championships and now a state championship. Joe Zeichel, Jim Mooney, Stan Cobras, and Ray McKenna. And as John Shaw says, it's going to be tough to say goodbye to fellas like that. Dick, let's run down the scoring on the other side ball season for us here on WGAN. So, that does it. Rumford state championships, and once again, the final score, Rumford 87 and Lawrence 71.
Asking a few questions, and what's ahead for John Shaw?
Well, I don't know really. I think everyone faces a time in their life when they question what they're doing and where they're going, but I really don't know what I'm going to be doing in the future right now. I do know that there are some awfully deserving kids here at Rumford.